All right, today we're gonna learn how to actually create the warp on your loom. You guys are gonna have a really similar loom to this. You're gonna have notches in it. This is a little bit bigger than 8 by 10 that you guys are using, but it is the same idea for creating your warp. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start on the top left corner and you're gonna create a very simple knot, as if you were tying your shoes. Just make an X, pull it through, do the same thing again. You're just tying a basic knot here. Use as much extra as you need, like so. And this is basically going to let your loom stay nice and tight. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna put that knot to the back and you're gonna actually go behind and come end at this first notch down here. We wanna make sure to come in a little bit. If we loom right here, our weaving will just fall off. So again, I move the knot to the back. I'm going around the back, and that's the only time I'm gonna go around the back again. The rest of the time what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around each hook, basically make a U around each hook. And you're gonna keep going from left to right. So you don't wanna keep hooking the same, little loom tag. You wanna continue to move across your board. By the end, you should have 20 or so strings. So I'm gonna take my string and I'm gonna put it around the back of that top one. I'm gonna come down, and instead of going on the one I just was on, I wanna go to the next one. You always wanna go to the next hook, okay? So again, instead of going on this one, I'm gonna go on this next one. I'm gonna loop it around the back, loop it around the back. So I'm just gonna continue to do this. It's basically like a huge zigzag. If you notice, I'm using a string that matches my color scheme, which is gonna be blue with a pop of pink, actually, and some blue-green too. So you'll notice that this loom has a little bit, or this warp has a little bit of green on it. So you just keep going, hooking it around little tags. And you don't have to cut off a certain yarn. I'm just going straight from the yarn ball that I'm using. Oops. Go one more. Now this is my last one. As you can see, I'm all the way at the bottom on this one, so I can't have another one to grab to. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually go around the back on this top one. So I do have one left on the top. I'm gonna go around the back and I'm going to cut off part of my yarn. I always use the back of my yarn scissors to create a nice cut. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a tie just like I did up here at the beginning. So I'm gonna create that X and pull it through. I'm gonna take that X and pull it through. That way we end the same way that we began. We have a knot on the back with a string going on the back. We have a knot on the, well, it's kind of on the bottom, but going on there. So that way our piece is nice and anchored. We can even tape these down to make sure that our warp does not come off our loom. So now once you have this step done, you have a nice even, every 3/8 of an inch of warp, you are ready to start weaving.